Broncos taking on the Dragons. It's at Suncorp Stadium. Two teams coming off pretty impressive wins. Now, like you said, the Broncos, the Cowboys went at their best, but they did get the job done, and that derby does give a lot of momentum moving in here. But you've got Reece Walsh, you've got Jesse Arthurs, Katoni Staggs, Herbie Farnworth, Solon Cobbo, Ezra Mam, who was unbelievable, Adam Reynolds, Corey Jensen, Billy Walters, Payne Haas, Kurt Capewell, Jordan Ricky, Patrick Carrigan. On the interchange, you have Corey Pax, Keenan Palacia, Thomas Flegler, Marty DePower, with Mariner as the 18th man. A very, very, very strong lineup. The only change is obviously we see Jesse Arthurs replacing Corey Oates, obviously with that unfortunate injury, which we do hope he does get back sooner rather than later, but he is facing up to 8 weeks on the sideline. You saw this team beat your team last week. Talk to me about it. What do you think about the Broncos this year?
Yeah, they've been a bit of a surprise packet. I think I didn't even have them in my top 8 to begin with. So to be 2-0 coming into round 3 is a big improvement. And again, Reece Walsh putting his name in the ring to be selected for number 1 for Queensland. Tony Staggs, he's got a job to do with Herbie Farnworth. They look great. Seven Cobbo, you can just go down. They've all been playing to the best of their abilities and playing for the team. So it's pretty good. Even Marty Power on the bench. There's a reason why they picked him up for a year. I'll still say this is their window of opportunity because Reece Walsh, yes, he's young, but you got an older Adam Reynolds who's looking like, what is he, 32 at the moment? He's 33 next year. It's his last year. Could he just go, oh, you know what, stuff it, go out on a little bit of a low? So I'm still saying this is their window of opportunity because this is the strongest it's ever been in a while. I know most of the team was there last year, but it's all clicking this year. So they're looking good. And as we roll into our opposition for them with the St. George Illawarra Dragons, we've got Terrell Sloan in the fullback role. You got Matthew Flegley and I know how to say it. I've heard it all before, but MR in the wing position, Moses Sully and Zach Lomax in the centre roles with Jaden Sullivan and Ben Hunt in the half pairing. We've got Francis Morlow and Blake Laurie in the front row position with Moses Mbai in the hooker position. We've got BMM and Jaden Sua in the back row position with Jack Bird packing the scrum in the lock position with Jacob Little, Zane Musgrove, Toby Couchman, and Josh Kerr to make the bench with Michael Molo on the 18th reserves. They looked good last week. Could that be the theory of the bye? Every team that has a bye the next week, they look good. We'll have to wait and see when we see the Manly Seagulls on Thursday night. But if they want to back it up and be 2-0 after this weekend, they just need to repeat what they did last week. Yeah, they fell a bit behind at the start, but they stuck to the game plan and they end up winning the game quite convincingly in the end. So it's just it sounds simple, but just play the game, just put it on repeat. Just put it on repeat and keep playing the way you do, and don't get stressed when you don't have the football and you're behind because even diamonds are made under pressure.
Yeah, 100%. Now, like you said, it is an unchanged lineup, 1 through 17. The only one that might come out of this lineup is Toby Couchman. He is facing concussion protocols, so he could come out, but obviously you do have veteran Aaron Woods, who supposedly has been told he can leave the club. If he wants to, he can leave immediately. We'll see how that goes. But you also have Talatai Amone on Munster Reserve. So for the Dragons, it's quite simple. Let Ben Hunt lead. Now, players have to fall around him, but let Ben Hunt call the shots. Let Ben Hunt do what he does. Let him lead. Let him kick. Let him set up the plays. And I think you're in for a better season if you are a Dragons fans. Now, when the likes of, no disrespect, Lomax, Mabai, Sloan, when they start trying to do their own things, when Ravalawa is trying to run over someone at 100 miles per hour rather than playing an easy flick pass, that's when we start to see these Dragons side struggle. So I think Coach Anthony Griffin, you had him close to being the first one sacked. I think if he can continue to play good football now, he's got a win on the board. This isn't a do or die win now. He could lose this game. We could see improvements and you move into next week, and I think his job's safe. So exciting times ahead if you are a Dragons, but like you said, they're coming off a bye, so we'll see how they do go. But my tip for this game, I'm going Brisbane. I'm going to go 1-12. What was your prediction for this game, Baxter, before we move on to Sunday football? You're on mute.
I hate that we're thinking alike here, and I'm going to have to go Brizzy 1-12 because, like you said, they could come out, Dragons could come out and repeat the same process and blow Brizzy off the park. But Brizzy can also put this into an arm wrestle and win it quite close. So I'm going to have to back the Brisbane Broncos in a 1-12 win here, but it's not where I want to do.
Well, you know what it says. If we're correct, well, we both know what's going on. If we're both incorrect, well, I don't know why 209 subscribers are listening to us week in, week out. So it is what it is, but we'll move in.